Hi, and welcome back to When Sisters Talk. I'm your host, Tamika Melchizedek. And today in the studio, I have with me the Kents. I will give them the opportunity to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Kesha Kent.
And I'm Cecilia Kent.
And on today's show, we'll be talking about same-sex marriages. So my first question for you guys is, when did you know, when did you find out that you were into the same sex?
Well, for me, it was me, 16, and I wound up having an 8-year relationship with a female. Broke out of that and caught myself going back and forth with guys and girls, and realized that guys wasn't really for me, so I decided to stay with women.
So you are strictly with women for the rest of your life, just
Correct.
with women?
Correct.
Okay, and you?
No, it's not correct. She's strictly with me for the rest of her life. We've been together for what, 5 years?
Yes.
We've been married for almost 3. Come August, it's been 5 years.
Okay, so this is your first time being in a relationship with a woman.
That's correct.
And how did that begin for you? How did that start? What made you try?
I fell in love with her spirit and with her intelligence, her intellect. I don't think I was curious, but I never tried with anybody.
Okay.
I was curious, I think, because there was so much going on around me, and I've had so much unsuccess with men and different, I've had a husband before her, and it was the worst marriage, the quickest marriage ever, and the worst. Don't want to get into that's a whole nother episode, but so even when it came to her, I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to be in a relationship with nobody else. So this just happened. I really wasn't looking to be with nobody.
Okay. So do you guys consider yourselves to be heterosexual, homosexuals, or bisexuals?
Lesbian, honey.
I'm a lesbian.
A lesbian?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't fit under that category at all?
No, because I don't tempt to have sex with a guy or think that a guy is gorgeous or have any, yes.
Okay.
or have any
desire to be
with a guy.
You don't think they're gorgeous men?
I guess I'm bi.
Once in a blue, and it's really like
on
once
TV.
in a blue. It really has to
So
be.
TV men.
If that, yeah.
Wow. And you said you're...
I like guys.
Mhm.
Don't tell my wife.
Okay. You said you like guys, don't tell your wife.
Yeah, I like guys. Don't tell my wife. I would say I'm bisexual because I do like both, but I'm faithful.
Okay, so when you both came out to your family, how did they respond to that? And actually, how did you come out to your family?
With me, I told my father. My father had speculations because I used to send him pictures, and he'd see me with one of my ex-girlfriends and everything. So he already had speculations. I just came out with it, and he was like, I had a feeling of that, and still, I love you the same no matter what. Nothing's different. My mother, when I told my mother was like, well, I used to have those feelings when I was younger. Yeah, get over it. But she grew to understand and be more understanding with me when it comes down to my relationships and everything else. She was more open to it compared to anybody else.
So your family didn't try to intervene at all? They just let you be you and see where it led you?
Pretty much.
Okay, and what about you?
My family, I was just like, look, I like girls. I like this girl. I introduced them to her. To be honest with you, I was still, for me, I was still learning myself. I didn't know if this was a phase for me or anything. I just know that I was game to try it. So I really didn't know what I was doing. And then when I started getting serious with her, and I realized that a lot of people were uncomfortable. But the problem with that is that for me, I had to get comfortable with it.
When you say a lot of people are uncomfortable, are you talking about your family or just people in general?
My family, friends, church people I went to church with, a lot of people were uncomfortable because it's just like, well, the Bible says. I don't care what the Bible says at this point. I mean, and I'm sorry to say, but I haven't seen too many scriptures on it. I've only seen one scripture on it, which is in Romans. And it just talks about how certain people in the Bible had a hardened heart. So God turned them against themselves, and women for women, men for men. That's all it talks about. So I read the Bible too every day. Find it. Show me.
So do you feel like eventually or over time your family welcomed it and accepted it?
Honestly, I hope they did, because at this point we're married and there's no turning back. But at the same token, I had to get comfortable. I had self-esteem issues behind it. Matter of fact, the first couple of years of our marriage, our relationship, not even our marriage yet, caused a lot of problems because of my insecurities. Hers too, but mine's mostly because I wasn't comfortable with it. She's been doing this for years.
Since she was 16.
Right. I'm new to this. And she's a year older than me. I'm new to this. I'm like, so I'm like, I'm asking questions. I want to know how this works. Can we get around other people like this? I can see how you do this, how you do that. So if I do this, what happens? Does that make me a stud? Does that make you a stud? What is a beard? What's the one I was asking you? A lipstick? What is it? A lipstick lesbian. What is all that? Because it's all types of terms. I didn't know. And my family, like I would say stuff like, I would introduce her. This is my girlfriend Kesha. Like I have family members that are like, why you keep introducing her? Everybody know that's your girlfriend. Just say this is Kesha. But no, she's not just Kesha. It's my girlfriend. And for me, it was me getting myself used to saying, getting myself comfortable with the fact that this is my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And so after a while, it didn't become uncomfortable. We'll go in the store and I'm like, oh, that's a church friend. I'm going to walk over here so I won't see her. I didn't have to introduce her because they made me feel ashamed to introduce her.
So you were trying to hide in the beginning? In
the beginning, yes. I was with her, but I was hiding the relationship. And I actually came out and told her. And I'm like, it has nothing to do with you. I just got to get comfortable. And the issue with me was I had to be delivered from pleasing people.
Right.
So I had to get comfortable. I had to learn how what people say don't matter, what they do don't matter. It don't affect me. So once I got over that, our relationship has been wonderful.
That's something I'm having to learn too. And I'm 38 years old, but I'm still trying to learn that because stuff that people say does get under my skin and it makes me lose my mind. And I try to stay sane in the process while doing so.
Especially with me, it was with other things that I too, not just with her, but especially her. Her being, this relationship catapulted my success to being delivered from everything else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Meaning like dealing with it with her made me able to say what's on my mind to other people. Because normally I be quiet, I don't say nothing, I don't speak, because I don't like conflict, I don't like, confrontation. I'm just like, whatever. But then I started speaking out. You know what I'm saying?
So your comfortability with this relationship or being in a woman-to-woman relationship came from your wife, Kesha. Yes, that's what you said.
Yes, Kesha helped me. Kesha worked with me. I gathered that, I guess, at some point in life, Kesha had to deal with it. I don't know. Keisha's been through it longer than me. Maybe she understood. Maybe somebody before me had that same issue. But I'm thankful that she took the time to work with me and she didn't just give up on me and said, forget it. You know what? You just go back to your men.
Is that something that you had to deal with or you was just straight in?
I was straight in, but I also had to deal with it. I went through different issues and topics with the different partners that I had. So it was like my whole thing was I used to try to stray away from people's families because I had a time that my ex-girlfriend, her mother found out and disowned her, didn't talk to her for about 4 or 5 years because of it.
Wow.
Yes.
4 or 5 years?
Yes, and we broke up like the weekend after.
But you can't choose. No one can choose for their daughter, their son, or whoever who they are to be with. Only they can choose. They know what's right for them. They know what they want. They know who they want.
Yes.
Love who you love. And sometimes I finally believe that. I heard that a long time ago, but now I know you can't help who you love. It's period, point blank. You can't help who you love. I never thought that today at 2020 that I would be in love with a female. Like, in love, like I sleep with the female, like, but I do. I'm serious. I never thought that. Back in the past, I have friends like, just, we cool, just don't touch me, just don't make no pass at me. That's how I was. I'm strictly, finish it.
Thickly,
that's the stuff I used to say, but things change.
Okay, so talking about people in the world of society, do you think that same-sex marriages and heterosexual marriages are the same or looked at, or even interracial relationships or marriages, are they all looked at the same? Or are they looked at differently?
They not according to the world, because everybody got a different perspectives of it. But technically it is, because as much people's getting married as much as divorce rate, no matter way you see it. You know what I'm saying? And it's the fact of not learning how to come together and basically building a relationship on top of foundation and building it and building it and building it. Because if you don't have a foundation, then you have nothing.
Right. Why do you think that people care so much or feel so bold to give their opinion on other people's relationship, whether it's same sex, whether it's interracial?
Because misery loves company. Some people are just not satisfied with their life. So much so that they feel like they have to have a say in somebody else's life.
That's a good
Point blank period, people just don't mind their business. I used to say, like out of the old folks, you say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people that don't have nice stuff to say, but they won't shut up. You know what I'm saying? They won't shut up.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, I think that there is no difference, me personally. I think that if you want to have the same sex, I think that if you want to be interracial, I think that if even like your marriage is legal, right?
My marriage is definitely legal.
Guess what? I have a legal marriage license too.
All right now.
So the same, death do us part, all that same goes for us.
Same thing. Because that's the number one question. Y'all really married? And that's the thing. It's the fact of how society sees so many things and allows so many things. They so used to people saying, yeah, this is my wife, and they not legally married. But when we really say, yeah, we're legally married, they be like, for real, where?
Here go my
be
marriage
like,
license.
Virginia. Where in Virginia?
Chesterfield.
Yeah, that recently got approved here. About how long ago was that? Her in Richmond, Virginia?
I believe that was like maybe
3 years ago.
No, about 3-4 years ago.
3-4 years ago. You guys just jumped on board. You was right at it. Just jumped on. We doing this, baby.
No.
Not really.
Yeah, not
really.
It was just we felt like I asked her to marry her, and basically she said yeah.
So you asked.
Yes.
All right now. So are you, or is it okay to say you're the stud in a relationship?
Yes, it's okay to say that I'm the stud, but through my past, I wasn't always a stud. That's just like a lot of. It's funny to say because a lot of studs never started out as a stud. They started as a femme.
As a what?
A femme.
Okay.
Meaning as they more feminine, they wear the dresses, they do all that. But they'll try to shun that away because now they so much of a stud.
Well, let me just say this. I guess I'm definitely a feminine individual,
Yes.
and I'm straight, but I don't do no dresses, honey.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm 38, and I probably wore a dress probably like 6 times my whole life. They just get in my way.
I don't always dress up. I don't, but I'm definitely more feminine than her.
So same-sex marriage,
She
same-sex
looks great in
couples.
dress.
Okay. Do you think that people in the same-sex marriage or relationships can be fit parents? Because a lot of people in society, their thoughts are, if you're in a same-sex relationship or marriage, then the child that you're raising is going to turn out to be gay or lesbian. Do you think that that's true? Can people in the same-sex marriage or relationship raise kids?
Yes, they could. We have one. I have a 15-year-old, and I can see that he loves both of us as equally. Because there's times that I didn't see that, someone could be saying something negative towards her, and he'd be like, yo, stop that. Like, quit that. You ain't going to do that in front of me.
Oh, well, protective son, huh?
Yes.
All right.
I can't even go outside with leggings on.
Yeah.
My son told me that.
With leggings?
Yes.
Yes.
I was like, what? You ain't going outside either?
So,
Keisha? No, you.
Okay, so people that's in the same sex relationship can have kids and raise them correctly.
What does my sexual preference have to do with my child?
That's a good question.
It doesn't.
That's a good question.
We don't raise our child to choose a person's love. We've raised our child to be kind, to be respectful, to get good grades, to be mannerable. That's how we raise our child.
Well, is he getting good grades? That's what I want to know.
Yes, he's doing good
Yes,
grades.
he is.
He's
Good
a
job.
wonderful football star. He's
Good
doing
job.
great in school. That's my baby.
Good job. So, question: Did your sexuality dawned on you, or is it something that you've always known? Well, because you started when you were 16.
Well, I think I always knew and just hid it.
Why
Because I don't even know, tell you the truth. But I do remember, like, I remember I had a crush on a counselor. I done had a crush on a teacher. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She has a crush on David Jackson.
Okay. You're supposed to be learning and getting your education,
Yes.
and you're crushing on the staff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's done. Okay.
But that's just like a regular high school boy crushing on the teacher. They do the same thing too as well.
Boys yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do remember me having a crush on other females, but other than that, no. Other than that, that's it. So I guess I already knew, but I just was secretly hiding it or wasn't ready to reveal that moment.
All right. So, do you see a difference in the same-sex marriage or a heterosexual marriage? Do you see a difference in it?
No,
No. I've
Not
been
at
in
all.
both. No.
Not one inkling of a difference.
The difference I see in my marriage now than in my previous marriage is I'm free.
You're free.
I'm free.
So, in your
I feel
previous
like-
marriage, you wasn't free.
To a point, but I feel like with her, I'm more free. Like even like I said with the deliverance for people and all that, that came with her. So I've gotten to a freedom that I have not seen in a long time.
That's, I
You
guess,
know what I
a
mean?
compliment
And
to
where
you.
freedom brings peace. There's peace in my home. There's peace in my home. Whoever comes to my home unpeaceful will be escorted out immediately.
Will be escorted out
Whether by
peacefully.
choice or by force.
Wait a minute.
All right.
I'm just saying, like, what I mean by that is we have a peace in our home. There's peace. We've been through it. We've been through it with the father of our child. We've been through it with each other. Like, we've been through it. We've been through it. Fighting with each other's families and all kinds of stuff. More so because, like, for me, more so me because of what I've dealt with. I will go to my family for guidance. And me trying to get honest help, not trying to, put our business out there, but trying to get honest help, thinking, well, let me go to this one. Surely they got my back. Well, not necessarily back up, but I need encouragement. I need a word. I need, you know what I'm saying? Guidance. And the guidance turned into gossip, which turned into a mess, which I regret.
Understand that.
Which I regret,
completely.
and I will never do it again. So now I keep my business to myself.
Which I think has always been a good thing to do while in relationships. That's why
I've learned. You learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
mistake I will never make again.
That's true. So, question: what has been the best part, and what has been the worst part of discovering your sexuality?
I think my worst part is getting my heart broken. Because I really actually got my heart broken. And to be broken down and then trying to put yourself back together.
That so I have been there
Yes.
once
I agree.
in my life, and oh my God.
Yes, it's too much.
The best part is what I just described. And her having her heart broken, then somebody like me came along and put it back together. And while I was putting her together, she was putting me together. Literally, we've had to sit down and said, this is my past. Okay, well, this is my past. Literally.
Accept it or don't accept it.
There's nothing you can walk up to her and say, good and bad, that she don't know about me. Because we had to literally put we didn't have a counselor. We didn't go to counseling. We sat down and we had honest nights of conversation. Let me tell you this. You probably hear this. Let me tell you this. You probably hear this. Let me tell you this. It's nothing you can tell her that she already don't know. As a matter of fact, when people come to her with dumb stuff, she gets mad.
So, question.
Because it's like, it was before me. Why do I care? Like,
So that was my question. Like, do you feel that it's important to tell
I do.
everything that happened in your past relationship to where this is a new relationship?
I'm talking about everything. Not just relationships, just life, period.
Okay.
Even down to I have medical stuff. So for me, I was insecure not only with that, but I have a lot of medical issues. And I'm like, you sure you want to be with me? I'm sick. I want to be with somebody that's sick. Her response,
I still love you at the end
I'm
of
not
the
going
day.
nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'd rather learn your mistakes and your trials and tribulations with your last relationship, because 9 out of 10, you're not really. Most people are not done fixing themselves or being with themselves or realizing what they need to do to deal with
we're not
themselves.
perfect.
So in order for me to figure that out, I catch it, because when we first started, I was like, wait a minute, did you have this problem with something? And then she'll come out. Yeah, because you can tell it's what you come at me.
Because when you learn about a person, you learn that's how they like she's saying, that's how you learn why they respond to stuff the way that they respond to stuff. It comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
Once
you're not completely healed.
Once you get to know that side of that person, then you can help them discover that freedom that I got now.
So do you feel like having a female partner gives you more advantage of actually understanding a woman better or more?
Honestly, I won't necessarily say that it's a female partner. It's a partner that's willing to take the time, the effort, the patience, to pray with you, to cry with you, to laugh with you. If you can laugh with me, you should be able to cry with me, if you really love me. Somebody who really, truly loves you is going to want to know all of you. All of you. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. The stuff that nags you. You're going to try not to do it. If you know if you're doing this and it nags me, you're not going to do it because you know it nags me.
What about you?
I feel that it's not, like she said, it's not about being knowing a woman better. It's just knowing yourself better to be better for the next person or for the person that you're dealing with.
I guess my question would have been as well, do you think that a woman knows you better than a man would ever know you?
Well, when I was in my relationship with my ex-husband, he only cared about himself.
Huh?
He was only interested in himself. He cared only about himself.
Huh?
So he was only interested in himself. He cared only about himself. Meaning he could care less about what was going on with me. Most men don't want to hear that emotional stuff.
So fellas, you heard it yourself. You cannot be selfish in a relationship. It's two of y'all. It's not just one of y'all, but that goes both ways. But it do tend to happen a lot with the males.
If you're in a relationship, if you are selfish, you shouldn't be in a relationship, period. Male or female.
I agree.
Because a relationship is denying yourself. You have to care about somebody. And me, I had a bonus because I came into a relationship with her and her son. So I had to deal with her baggage and his. And I had a bonus of a child father.
You said, okay.
I had to deal with his insecurities as well in a sense.
Okay, so what do you think your favorite thing is as far as being in a relationship with a woman, and what do you think that the worst thing is? I want to hear individuals from both of you guys.
You really want to know.
My
favorite thing is what your favorite thing is in a relationship to me.
And what is that?
You know what my favorite thing is, girl.
Okay, the worst thing is?
No, I love quality time. That's my favorite thing. It's the time that we spend together as a family. The nights that we're cooking for each other, doing whatever, and that includes our son. And the worst part about being with her is, I love you, babe. I just want to say this real quick. The male side of her.
The male side of her?
I always call her, I love her. I can say it because we're on air. I'm going to say, she one of them. She a man. I'd be like, see, you a man. Look at you. Take your hand out your pants. You a man. Stop it. Stop it. She has male tendencies. And I'd be like, are you a female? Are you a female or what? Like, it's certain stuff she does. She's a little messier than me.
Do you really talk like that in the house?
Yes, I do.
You call you call her a man?
Yes, I do. I call her daddy.
And why is it?
Because she's a man. She's a man in many ways.
Explain, please.
She scarfed there her food like she in the army. She comes home, when she goes to take a shower, everything ends up in the floor and it stays in the floor. Like, Keisha, I just cleaned up, like, you know what, just when I go to do laundry, everything is still in her pocket. Who does that? Men do that, right? Does men do that? Does men not do that?
I'm sorry.
Everything in the floor and everything that she had that day is in the pocket. Keisha's pockets be full of them eyes. What's in your pocket, Keisha? The wallet in the back. So what's in the side pockets? Each pocket. I bet you she's standing up right now.
Stop
she got
it.
stuff in her pocket.
Stop it.
Look, you see stuff.
Stop it.
Look, she got
Stop
her phone right there.
Stop
That ain't
it.
the phone.
No, stop it.
Stuff in her pocket right now. Let me see that stuff in your top
No,
pocket.
I ain't got nothing in there.
She has male ways.
Is that an issue with you? I mean, you used to be with males.
Listen,
Is that
and
an
I
issue?
didn't like it. I
Okay.
think I have what you call it?
OCD.
OCD. I'm
Okay.
a neat freak. I'm a clean freak.
Mhm.
And so it's like I hate to see stuff out of place. Every time she goes in the kitchen, I can tell you every cabinet she been in, every drawer she been in, and I'm like, it's still open. It's still out. Did you use the ketchup? No, she don't like ketchup. Did you use the barbecue sauce? How about the pepper? Oh, how you know? Because you left it on the counter.
Oh my God.
Did you go in this cabinet right here? How about the one on top of the stove? It's still there.
Forget you.
Okay, so what about
Like, point in case. I went to sleep early last night.
Lord, here we
This
go.
morning I woke up. I was like, Keisha, why the food in the freezer not drying? Why is the food in the freezer thawing out? You know why? Because she had late night ice cream and left the freezer open all night. So I didn't get to come downstairs till mess in the morning. I'm in the bed sleep. You know what I saw on the counter? A bowl full of chocolate syrup where she had her nice little ice cream, midnight ice cream. I can wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, she's sitting on the side of the bed eating peanuts, cashews. What girl does that? I'll wait. I'll wait.
That is so hilarious.
My
That's,
daddy do that.
That is hilarious. So,
Cashews at 3 a.m.
so Keisha, now it's time for you to return the favor because she just went in on
Yeah,
you.
she sure did.
I will ask you
She sure
again,
did.
I'm like this every day.
what is your favorite thing and your worst thing of being in a same-sex
I know what she'll
marriage
say.
with her?
I think my best thing is we always clown around.
Uh-huh.
That's the best thing that we do.
A
It's
whole
like,
clown like that?
yes, we always clown around, and it be the truth. The worst, I think the worst thing is being scared that when she gets really sick and feeling, I gotta turn it, I gotta turn it, make you feel bad. But when she gets sick and the scare of it, when she goes into the hospital and she has to stay, that's my scare. My scare is, her leaving me.
It's kind of crazy now because
I almost don't want to tell on you, but I want to because it's funny. Even when I go to the hospital to try to make this, not lighten this up, she got to be right in the bed with me. You want to do it in the hospital. Keisha, you can't do this in the
Stop.
Wait a minute. Do what in the hospital?
Stop.
What you think?
Oh my!
Stop.
In the hospital?
Lord.
You know
When
the
I had a
nurses.
long stay,
You
What's
know
wrong?
the nurses come in and out the rooms all
She know.
night long, so you don't care. You like an audience?
she can care less,
Okay.
honey. I can tell you some things.
Wait.
I don't care.
You like an audience?
I don't care.
See, this is going to a whole nother. Okay, so
Sorry, son.
we're gonna. Oh my God, we're gonna leave that alone. That just scared me.
I'm sorry.
Y'all got me nervous in here now.
But that's that be thing. I be scared
It's a man for
for her
you. Don't
her
share.
leaving me. That be truly my
You're
scare.
not going nowhere.
Aww. So how do you feel when you hear her call you a man and actually pointing out all those
It's,
things?
it's comical, but it's true. It's comical, but it's true.
You guys go out in public. How does the community receive you guys, or do you even pay attention to that type of stuff? Do people look at you funny?
I no longer pay attention to it. Because when I was younger, yeah, at first I used to be shy and coy and didn't want to hold hands or nothing of the nature because I didn't want no one to feel no type of way. But as I got older, the older I got, the less I cared.
Me too. When I first started my journey with Kesha, like I said, I was a little timid, ashamed, unaware, because I'm still new to this. I don't know the ins and outs, and you know what I mean.
Right.
I only know what I've heard. I won't necessarily in the closet, but I won't out the closet either. In a sense. So yeah, I was just like, I was always looking around, see who there, because I'm from here, so I'm like, oh, see, she don't know nobody, so she good. But I'm like, I know everybody on this side of town. Let's shop at the other Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now I can care less.
Oh yeah.
I can care less.
So what do you guys have? What do you do for fun?
Girl, we have a good time. She takes me. We love trucks. We love road trips. We've driven to New York. We've been to New Jersey. We've been to Vegas. We've been to various places. She took me to a parade. Oh my God! I had my first Pride parade.
That's what it's called, Pride Parade?
Yes, Pride Parade for the LGBTQ community. And we have Pride, this is Pride Month actually, so this is the best time to put this out. This is Pride Month. And so every state has a Pride Month, right?
Yeah, Pride Month, and the day that they basically just go ahead and do their Pride. Like even Disney World do it.
So does Pride Month only consist of?
It's LGBTQ.
Oh, okay.
Lesbian, gays, bisexuals, transgenders,
queers,
everybody,
okay.
Everybody. And what I mean, so the parade, it's not just gay people, it's people that support us, people that are straight, people that have, they have shirts on, my kid is gay and I love it. Just different.
Supporters.
I mean, it was, Mika, I had the best time. I mean, I had a really wonderful time. We went to clubs. She took me to a club. You're going to like this one in New York called the Toolbox.
I like the name all by itself. I don't know what that box consists of, but the toolbox is.
Let's just say by the end of the night, I was dancing in a cage on the top. You got to step all the way up. And it's like one of them back in the day Soul Trains that I was in the cage, and guys were waiting for me to get down and waiting in line to dance with me. And we went to a club here in Richmond called Babes, and that's like a unisex.
Okay, so I like the toolbox better than Babes. The toolbox, were there a lot of tools there?
A lot, but it's gay people.
Okay, and you were dancing in a cage?
And it happened to be on the day that they did the Pride Parade that night. You had people out at, what's it called, City Walk, out there at the ocean.
Yes.
Because she's from Manhattan,
the pier.
so we went there. You had people all out on the pier. You had people everywhere. And the toolbox was lit. It was lit.
Okay, so I think I need to visit the toolbox, not because I'm gay, because I'm a straight woman, but at the end of the day, I want to dance in the cage.
The beauty about people that's gay, lesbian, queer, transgender, bisexual, you have fun. It don't really matter what your sexual preference is. They have a good time. That's the difference. Regular clubs I've went to in the past, they fighting, they looking around, they waiting to see what's gonna pop off, what's gonna go off. You go to a gay club, everybody in there. You want something to drink, you good, you thirsty? Everybody there jamming and dancing. And my issue I found is that she don't like for me to talk to guys. She don't like guys to holler at me at the club. But it's okay for girls to holler at me all day long.
Huh?
Yeah.
We went out and she told me I was her white girl magnet. Sorry to say it like that, but that's what it was. A lot of white girls, Caucasian women for some reason, approach me when we go out.
So you don't like for men, you don't like for men to hit on her, but it's okay for women to hit on her?
I'm like,
that comes with my own insecurities with previous relationships. I done had females cheat on me with guys many a times.
And because I used to be with the guys.
That's my own insecurity. So due to the fact that I'm her first and she never had a female, I had no problem with her speaking to other females. But you've been dealing with men for a minute.
Because what's weird about it is I'm not really attracted to females. I'm probably the only gay female that you know.
Wait a
or,
minute. How does that work?
Like, that's why I said I believe that I was attracted to her by her intellect and by her spirit. Because I'm probably one of few that I don't walk right with like, ooh, look at her, ooh, look at her. I don't do that. I don't. You know how guys look at girls' booty?
That's how my husband does.
That's how they do, and she do too. But I don't. I promise you, I don't. When I look at women, it's more of, oh, I like her outfit, I like her hair, like normal girl stuff.
So when you look at women, you're looking at their buttocks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This the season right here, ain't it right?
This is the season.
Yeah, you know, when the halter tops come out, when the sundresses come on.
Okay, so she don't like when men hit on you, but it's okay for women. So because this is that season, how do you feel about it?
I've learned to get over it, long as she don't try to flirt with none of them, and none of them approach her. I've dealt with that when we first started, girls hitting on her, and I'm looking at her like, do you know I will knock this chick out? You better say something.
Okay, so speaking of girls hitting on her, what do people like myself do or say to gay women that hits on me being a straight woman? How do I react to that? Because in the past, I have had women to hit on me, and they don't take no for an answer. When I was living in North Carolina, I had a woman to try, who I called my friend, but I had a woman to try and kiss me, and I lost my mind. And that was after warning her 3 times. She had been drinking, but outside of drinking, I had already known that she was bisexual, but that was my friend. So what do people like me, straight women, do or say?
Same as for you. My answer will be, honey, I'm strictly
dickly. All right, but that don't work. Sometimes they don't work all the time.
I don't play that.
I have been real rude because they didn't understand no the first 10 times that I told them no. So I've been real rude to them, trying to protect my goods.
I believe that some people think that they can turn you.
Yeah,
like,
that's the whole thing.
I've had someone tell me that.
Can you speak to that?
Yeah, some females feel like they can turn you and everything else. But see, I never looked at that perspective like that, because at the end of the day,
you turn me.
Well, there's no turning here.
But I never felt like that.
Right.
If we vibe intellectually, we vibe intellectually. If you want to go there, it's never me saying, "Oh, I want you." You get what I'm saying? So it was never that point.
What's weird about us is, even though she was the one that was already there, I said to her, "Why do I like you?" I told her that I was attracted to her.
See. Yeah, it was
and kind of find out she was already attracted to me. I don't know, honestly. We worked together, and a mutual co-worker came to me and said, "You take Keisha to the store. Her son's birthday coming up, and she don't know the malls around here." And I was like one of few that had a car, so I was like, "I'll take her." And we was talking on the way to go going to different malls. And when we got to work tomorrow, I'll take her. Then one time she came to the job and she forgot her shirt, so I went to my house, which was down the street with my parents' house at the time, and gave her one of my shirts. So we were like cool at work.
Huh.
And then I used to pick for her, because I used to that's before I really realized I liked her, because she can't remember nobody's name to this day. She called everybody Baby Love.
What's my name?
So I used to be like,
Okay.
so I used to be like, my name ain't Baby Love, what my shirt say? Okay. And so I used to mess with her a lot at work. And it just turned into flirting, and it was just like, why do I like this girl? Like, I called my ex-husband, who is now gay.
Oh my God.
Who is now gay, and I was like, why do I like a girl? He was like, stop playing, this is a joke, right? I'm like, no, I'm not. And then I called my sister, who is her right here, spoiler alert, and I said, I think I like a female. I'm serious, before I ever told her. And one time we were at the mall, I was just like, I like you, and I don't know why. And she bust out laughing. Now, prior to that, I really didn't know she was gay, because at work, she always talked about her child.
Yeah, I never, when it comes down to business professional, I never really go deeper into that. It's basically focus on the common things, the children and everything else. But other than that, I never really have my business out there, because technically it's nobody else's business.
So when we got together, nobody knew she was gay, and everybody was mad at me. It was just like, why you ain't tell me? I've been trying to talk to you for months. I'm like, I don't want you. Didn't want you. Didn't want to try with you. Like,
So we're gonna get ready to end this, but is there any questions that you guys have for me about this
What
topic?
is it like to have a sister that's lesbian? What is it like to have a sister-in-law you were expecting brother-in-laws all of your life?
Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything all of my life because you love who you love. I don't have an opinion on it. If this is who makes you happy, then that's what you be. I've never been the type of person to judge anybody on their relationships. No one can choose for you who's best for you. Point blank period. I have 3 biracial sons, which means I was with a white man. No one could tell me who to have sex with and be in a relationship with. No one. So I've never been a judgmental person. So that's just it. It is what it is.
Any questions?
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get up out of here.
I just appreciate this time. I thank you for coming and asking us. I thank you for allowing us to share our story with you. It's real. For me, this is new for me to be able to share the story, because a lot of people don't know, especially that's close to me, how I felt or how I got into this process. Or a lot of people don't know, don't ask, don't care. They just want to give their opinions, but they don't know. Nobody knows that I had insecurities. Nobody knows that I was timid. Nobody knows that about me. They just, a lot of people think, oh, because I used to, why you always introducing her? Like, because I guess they felt some type of way about it. You know, I was supposed to, it's like, I'm being perceived as that I'm showing her off, but it wasn't like that. If you really, I'm telling you the truth, it was more of me trying to get comfortable with her.
Alright.
So we came to your wedding.
You came to my wedding.
That was the first event I brought her out to in front of everything.
Really?
Yes, your wedding. We started dating in December. You got married in February.
Yep.
Man, that was real quick. I didn't
That
know
was
that.
the first event that was the first time she's actually met family, a lot of family members at one time.
And that was February of 2017, guys.
And one of my cousins was trying to hit on her, and I was like, wait a minute. It was like, who was that girl? Wait a minute, that's mine.
Oh, really?
A couple of them.
I didn't know any of that. So go ahead and tell the people if they wanted to reach out to you and talk to you longer about this conversation, or for the ones that people that's out there that's experiencing or wants to know more, how can they reach out to you both individually?
You can hit us up on our Facebook pages. Hers is
Mal Andre Wahe.
and mine is Cecilia Kent, or you can hit us up. You can hit me up in my email, just4ce88@gmail.com, or you can hit her up at kkent718@gmail.com. Only for questions like these. Don't be trying to ask her for her number. It ain't gonna happen.
Okay, guys, I want to thank you guys for coming on, being my guest today. And actually, you guys have given me more information on same-sex marriages or relationships. You know what I'm saying? So everything is a learning experience, but thank you guys for coming on. As usual, guys, you know where to find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram when Sisters Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.